Hello, thank you for joining us for the 10th Annual Mitacs Awards. My name is Véronique Morin. I'm a science journalist and your MC for this evening. The Mitacs Awards are usually held in Ottawa, Canada's capital, and the land of the traditional unceded territory of the Algonquin and Anishinaabe peoples. It is my honor to introduce Algonquin elder and knowledge keeper Claudette Commenda. Elder Commenda has dedicated her career to promoting Indigenous rights, history, and culture. The Executive Director of the First Nations Confederacy of Cultural Education Centers, Elder Commenda is an inductee of the Common Law Honor Society. She has taught many courses at her alma mater, the University of Ottawa, on First Nations women, Native education, First Nations people and history, Indigenous traditions, and decolonization. Please join me in welcoming Elder Commenda.
Greetings, organizers, distinguished guests, leaders, and recipients. Welcome to the 2020 Mitacs Award. Kani Mitch Kijigun Kinun Edishinakos Kitaganzi Bidonjaban. Pijajiko ma Anishinaabe ki o mama wenenewag. Bienvenue tout le monde. Bienvenue ici à le territoire ancestral de mes peuples algonquins. Je suis très fier pour donner des mots à bienvenue. I am honored to welcome each and every one of you to this beautiful, unsurrendered, unceded homeland of the Algonquin people, the homeland that we held since time immemorial, and the homeland that we must ensure will be here forevermore. I am honored to greet each and every one of you, beautiful recipients, leaders, organizers, educators, distinguished guests, community members at large. The 2020 Mitacs Award is something that is so inspirational. It gives hope, it gives inspirational, motivational encouragement to educators, to learners. The 2020 Mitacs Awards honors education, higher learning, and research. And I'm exceptionally proud to say thank you to the Indigenous students who will receive this award. Innovation, creativity, knowledge is so important, and research. Research brings that higher learning. Research brings so much knowledge and wisdom that helps to develop very important policies, programs, ways of learning, education. And not only will it have a benefit to Canada here at large, but also internationally. So to the Mitacs Awards, congratulations I'm honored to bring you these words of inspiration. Continue the good work, because indeed our children are watching, and indeed the children will come forward and they too will be the next Mitacs Award recipients. Chimiigwech, thank you, merci.
Thank you so much, Elder Comenda, for sharing your thoughtful words with us. Now, I hope you're all as excited as I am for the 2020 Mitacs Awards, as this promises to be a very special showcase of Canadian talent. Over the past decade, the Mitacs Awards have grown to become one of Canada's top research and innovation celebrations. They highlight incredible examples of industry-academic collaborations and celebrate the remarkable accomplishments of our interns, as well as industry and academic partners. These collaborations provide immediate and long-term benefits to Canada, helping to drive innovation through this pandemic and build resiliency for a successful future. Nous aurions bien sûr aimé pouvoir nous retrouver lors d'un événement en personne, mais nous sommes reconnaissants que cette cérémonie de remise de prix puisse avoir lieu en ligne et de partager cette célébration avec vous tous partout au Canada, sans compter ceux d'entre vous qui se joignent à nous de l'étranger. Merci de participer au Prix Mitacs 2020 dans ce nouveau format numérique et je vous encourage vivement à échanger avec les autres participants dans le clavardage. Again, please connect with other guests in the chat function. We're all in this together, and this is a great opportunity to connect with people from far and wide. And please use the hashtag Mitacs Awards or le mot-clic français Prix Mitacs en français sur Twitter. Mitacs est un organisme sans but lucratif qui favorise la croissance et l'innovation au Canada. Mitacs a la chance d'être financé par le gouvernement du Canada, l'ensemble de nos gouvernements provinciaux et gouvernements territoriaux, des établissements postsecondaires, des partenaires de l'industrie et du secteur sans but lucratif, ainsi que des partenaires internationaux. I would also like to thank Mitacs Awards event partners and sponsors, Sienna, our platinum partner, NRC IRAP, our event supporter, The Hill Times, our media partner, Sanofi Pasteur, our gold sponsor, and SAB, our silver sponsor for supporting today's event. I would like to extend a warm welcome to our elected and appointed officials joining us, and of course, welcome to all of you, our honored guests. And it is now my pleasure to introduce the Premier of Ontario, Doug Ford. Premier Ford has been serving Ontario in his role since 2018. He was elected as a member of Provincial Parliament of Etobicoke North, and previous to that, he served as a Toronto City Councillor. He is a dedicated community leader, a successful businessman, and a passionate advocate for the people. Please join me in welcoming Premier Ford.
Congratulations to all of the winners of this year's 10th Annual Mitacs Award for outstanding contributions and game-changing achievements. These awards are a testament to your hard work, passion, and dedication. I believe research and innovation will play an important role in our long-term economic recovery, and these awards are a perfect example of what we can achieve when world-class researchers and private sector come together. Our All-Star Minister for Colleges and Universities, Ross Romano, and I are proud to support Mitacs and the great work they do to help students, researchers, and professors connect and collaborate with industry leaders. Keep up the great work.
Thank you, Premier Ford, for sharing your insights and best wishes. Now, it is my pleasure to introduce to you John Hepburn, CEO and Scientific Director of Mitacs. John has been with Mitacs since February of this year. Prior to joining Mitacs, he was a Vice President at the Canadian Institute for Advanced Research, and before that, he was the Vice President of Research at UBC. John.
Thank you, Veronique. When I began at Mitacs, I never fathomed we would hold the Mitacs Awards online, and yet we've pivoted to our new reality. Partout au Canada, en cette période sans précédent, nous nous tournons vers le gouvernement pour nous aider à élaborer des politiques et des lignes directrices capables de nous guider de la manière la plus sécuritaire possible dans le contexte de la COVID-19. Nous dépendons de la capacité des Canadiens et des Canadiennes à se rassembler car, ensemble, nous sommes plus forts. Et je sais que nous allons surmonter cette pandémie tous ensemble. En effet, le gouvernement du Canada et ses homologues dans les provinces et les territoires ont cherché des solutions pour répondre à ces nouveaux défis. Que ce soit dans le domaine des soins de santé ou de l'économie. Mitacs is very proud that over the past 20 years, and especially now during COVID-19, we have been entrusted to deliver innovation, and we know it's working. Our efforts over the last 2 decades have seen industry invest over $600 million, directly and indirectly, in innovation in this beautiful country. This investment pays off in increased technology, productivity, efficiency, job creation, standard of living, and of course, resiliency. We all enjoy the return on investment from innovation. How do we do it? We work carefully to understand the challenges at hand and to connect our partners with precisely the right researchers to deliver necessary solutions. La cérémonie des Prix Mitacs célèbre les chercheurs canadiens et cette année, c'est une célébration de la résilience. Plusieurs histoires que vous allez entendre de nos lauréats et lauréates racontent comment ils se sont adaptés et comment ils ont modifié leur travail et leur plan de carrière pour aborder les défis auxquels nous sommes confrontés aujourd'hui. Since April, Mitacs has leveraged government investments to help many small businesses pivot through COVID-19. For example, Métaphage Bioceuticals adapted their genetic medicine technology for creating a non-invasive COVID-19 vaccine. Eagle redeployed its AI-powered crowd monitoring software for facility operations towards helping mitigate the spread of COVID-19 through crowd thermal scanning. Le Petit Théâtre de Vieux-Noranda is creating new ways to produce cultural content for an online world. And Myant, a company that focuses on innovative textiles, dramatically changed its processes to create new PPE for Canada. These awards recognize those across Canada who succeed despite great challenges. And they recognize how collectively we have pivoted and how we are demonstrating resiliency and how we will succeed together. Mitacs is grateful to our event sponsors, Sienna, NRC IRAP, The Hill Times, Sanofi Pasteur, and Saab, who enable us to celebrate and recognize our resiliency and accomplishments. Thank you to our Mitacs Research Council Emeritus members, Don Duchesne, Tony Durst, Nancy Golini, Aftab Mufti, Frank Tompa, and Douglas Thompson for adjudicating the Mitacs Awards. I gather it was quite a challenge due to the excellence that came through in every application. Et merci au gouvernement du Canada et aux gouvernements provinciaux et territoriaux à travers le pays, dont nous allons entendre plusieurs représentants aujourd'hui, ainsi qu'à nos partenaires postsecondaires de l'industrie, du secteur sans but lucratif et de nos partenaires internationaux. Merci d'investir dans Mitacs, merci d'investir dans innovation. It is precisely through the unified and collaborative efforts across Canada that we will find research-based solutions to COVID-19 and drive Canada's economic success throughout and beyond this pandemic. Thank you, Véronique. Je vous repasse la parole.
Merci, John. We join to celebrate Canadian innovation and resilience as recognized by the 8 award winners we highlight during this event. In the categories of Indigenous, International, Masters, PhD, Postdoctoral Fellow, Commercialization, Professor, and Industry, each winner has contributed to Canada's success and resilience, and each represents hundreds across Canada doing extraordinary research. Soon you will get to hear from each of the winners and learn more about their research. Malheureusement, nous ne pouvons pas nous rencontrer comme à l'habitude et échanger les uns avec les autres comme nous le faisions avant en personne, mais vous pouvez malgré tout entrer en contact avec les autres participants et féliciter les lauréates et les lauréats dans le clavardage. Vous pouvez également participer à la conversation sur Twitter en utilisant le mot-clic Prix Mitacs. Please use hashtag Mitacs Awards on Twitter and connect with other people in the digital chat. Let's get started. It's my pleasure to introduce the first of our Mitacs Awards, the Alejandro Adem Legacy Award for Outstanding Innovation, Indigenous. This award is presented to an Indigenous student or postdoctoral fellow who has made a significant achievement in research and development innovation during their Mitacs-funded research. The Alejandro Adem Legacy Award for Outstanding Innovation Indigenous goes to Taylor Jameson Datsky. Taylor is an MD, PhD student in the Faculty of Medicine at the University of Ottawa. During the course of her Mitacs internship, she worked with Turnstone Biologics, where she designed and engineered tools that will lead to the next generation of cancer treatments. Now we will hear from Taylor about her research. Taylor.
Thank you, Veronique, and thank you, Mitacs, and our industry partner, Comprennent, for providing the funding that's allowed me to do this research. I'm honored to have been selected for this award. It's a great encouragement to keep up the hard work in both the lab and in my community. I wouldn't have made it this far in my education without the support of my family, friends, and my amazing husband. I would also like to thank the Indigenous mentors that have helped me gain the skills I needed to become a leader in the community. I hope that awards like this will continue to inspire the upcoming generation of Indigenous students to become more involved and excited about research as it has for myself. The progress I've made on my project would not be possible without the support and guidance of my fellow researchers, and especially my supervisors, Drs. Ilko and Bell. I'm currently working on a project that aims to overcome drug resistance in difficult-to-treat cancers using oncolytic or cancer-killing viruses. Drug resistance often arises in tumors after a treatment when many of the tumor cells have been eliminated, but some resistant cells repopulate the tumor. One of the most important benefits of using oncolytic viruses is that they've been specifically engineered to replicate only in cancer cells. The viruses I engineer are unique because when they infect cancer cells, they express a special type of sequence called a microRNA that can suppress the expression of certain genes in order to make the cells sensitive to drug treatment or engage the immune system. As a part of my project, I've also been working to develop ways to look at tumors outside the body. To do this, I grow the cancer cells as little clumps called spheroids to represent a mini tumor. We can use different types of dyes to identify parts of the spheroid that are alive or dead, allowing us to see how far a treatment has spread within the tumor. Being a Mitacs intern has given me the opportunity to learn more about what it means to move our therapeutics from bench to bedside through our industry partnership with Comprennent. It also means that I can attend workshops in different aspects of professionalism that will give me a competitive edge when I start applying for jobs in the future. I'm really lucky to be on the forefront of creating new treatments for cancer patients in need. Thank you again for this recognition.
Congratulations, Taylor. Very impressive work you're doing. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Now it is my pleasure to announce the second award, the Mitacs Award for Outstanding Innovation International. This year, this award is given to a student who has made a significant achievement in research and development innovation through international collaboration during her Mitacs-funded Global Link Research Award that enabled her to conduct international research. And the winner is Ilaria Rubino. Ilaria earned her PhD this summer from the University of Alberta in chemical engineering. Prior to the pandemic, she traveled to Georgia State University to investigate how to kill viruses on surfaces and is co-inventor of the Salty Mask, an innovative coating on surgical masks that can be used to stop the coronavirus. Now we will hear from Ilaria. Over to you.
Thank you, Veronique. I'm honored to receive this award as it recognizes the innovative approach to my research and the positive impact that as researchers and engineers we can have on society and global health. In receiving this award, I would like to thank my PhD supervisor, Dr. Hyo-Jik Choi, and my colleagues at the University of Alberta in Edmonton, without whom this work would not have been possible. I'm also grateful to Dr. Sam-Moo Kang and his team, who hosted me at Georgia State University in Atlanta during my Mitacs Global Link experience. We have developed a mask that is able to neutralize the pathogens on their surface. Masks are really important in protecting us against airborne pathogens that can travel from person to person inside droplets, as we've also been experiencing during the recent COVID pandemic. However, the pathogens collected on regular masks can survive, and so masks are recommended for a single use and can cause contamination. We have developed a salt-based coating that, applied on the masks, is able to destroy the pathogens, making the masks safe to reuse and handle. Thanks to this mechanism, the salt-coated masks are not specific to a single disease. By quickly inactivating multiple types of airborne viruses and bacteria, the salt-coated masks reduce the risk of cross-infection, makes the mask safe to reuse, and reduce the risk of shortages of masks during outbreaks. I'm very grateful for Mitacs' support, which allowed me to further develop the salt-coated mask technology to address application-specific requirements, as well as gave me the opportunity to develop new skills that are important for my career. Thanks again for this award.
Congratulations, Hilaria. Such timely and important research. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
It is now my pleasure to introduce to you Rod Wilson, Sienna's Chief Technologist of Advanced Network Architectures and External Research. He is responsible for Sienna's leadership and global interactions with universities, government programs, and national research and education networks. Rod is one of the founding members of Encore, a $400 million public-private partnership to establish Canadian leadership in emerging 5G solutions. Sienna is the platinum partner for this event, and without their support, generous support, this celebration would not be possible. Thank you, Sienna. Rod, can you please share with us your insight?
Thank you, Veronique. My responsibilities include our collaboration with universities and other research organizations across the globe from my offices here in Ottawa. For those of you who are not familiar with Sienna, we are a manufacturer and designer and developer of networking and software services for telecommunications marketplace. Sienna has been remarkably successful, and in spite of this, we cannot do it alone. We rely on an ecosystem here in Canada that keeps us competitive in the technological forefront and staffed with the brightest minds and sharpest people in networking today. Sienna invests millions of dollars in university-based research, and our program is heavily weighted towards Canadian institutions. We find Canadian universities strong with a good diversity of skills, tools, and the knowledge we need to assure competitiveness in the future. We provide a large number of internships, both directly funded and through programs like Mitacs. Right now, we have 69 students working on R&D programs in spite of these pandemic times. We have a remarkably strong and successful partnership with Mitacs, from highly valuable Accelerate programs through to the 5G Encore program, where there are currently over 24 Encore academic projects and hundreds of students working on advanced high-tech leadership for the Canadian marketplace. These innovative programs allow us to explore technologies of the future and kickstart the careers of Canada's next generation of technology innovators and leaders. Sienna is very proud to be a supporter and sponsor celebrating the success of Mitacs, and it's been a pleasure to join you today.
Thank you, Rod. On behalf of Mitacs, we greatly appreciate the support that Sienna provides for this event. Now, it is my pleasure to announce the third award of the evening, the Mitacs Award for Exceptional Leadership Industry, sponsored by Sienna. Ce prix est décerné à un organisme partenaire de Mitacs qui a un parcours exemplaire en matière de développement de collaboration, qui fournit des expériences de recherche et de formation inestimables à ses stagiaires et qui amorce des projets de recherche produisant des résultats importants grâce au financement de Mitacs. And the winner is 1QBit. 1QBit is a company based in Vancouver, BC, that solves world's most demanding computational challenges by harnessing the power of advanced quantum computing. To further the development of its products cost-effectively, 1QBit partners with Mitacs to source top talents. In 7 years, 1QBit has grown from a 4-person startup to a global leader in quantum computing with over 100 team members located across Canada. Andrew Fersman, CEO and co-founder, is accepting the award on behalf of 1QBit. Welcome, Andrew.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I just wanted to take an opportunity to say that 1QBit was really built with Mitacs. When my co-founder and I put the first dollars into 1QBit's brand new empty bank account, we knew we were making an investment in our future, and we cut our first check to Mitacs. 7 years later, and 1QBit's first 2 Mitacs interns are now leading 1QBit divisions. Of the 130 people who have since joined 1QBit, just under half have been directly related to Mitacs. And looking to the future, we have over 100 more Mitacs internships already planned. You could say our partnership with Mitacs is one of the best investments that 1QBit has made, and you'd be right. Mitacs is making an investment too, in every intern who comes through this program, in 1QBit and our peers, but most importantly to me, Mitacs is investing in the future of Canada's technology industries in a way that's so important for our future. Canada's well positioned to become a world leader in AI businesses, in advanced information processing, and in real-world quantum computing. At the same time, around the world, governments, big sovereign wealth funds, private investors, large nationally strategic corporations, and little scrappy startups are all collaborating to make these possibilities a reality in their home nations. So 1QBit isn't just trying to build a successful business. It's part of a national effort to build a new anchor industry in Canada. From Vancouver to Waterloo to Sherbrooke, where 1QBit has planted deep roots, to our strong partnerships across Alberta and Saskatchewan, to every part of Canada where great people are coming together to educate the next generation of experts and claim a central role in the global computing ecosystem. All of Canada benefits from the work of Mitacs. But the truth is, this is really just the beginning. I believe Canada can rise to take a lasting leadership position in this future. But let's not confuse that opportunity for success. As a company and as a country, as a few billion curious minds with a passion to understand more, we have so much more to accomplish and so many more challenges still ahead of us. So let's recognize that 1QBit, like Canada, is off to a great start in building this future. But together, we're all part of the Mitacs community that is building an important part of the foundation for Canada's future. So thank you to everyone at 1QBit, to everyone who has supported 1QBit along the way, and thank you to the team at Mitacs for making this possible, because Mitacs and 1QBit really built this company hand in hand. Thank you very much.
Congratulations to 1QBit, and thank you, Andrew, for sharing how Mitacs and your company partner for innovation. Now it's my pleasure to announce the 4th award, the Mitacs Award for Outstanding Innovation Masters. This award is given to a master's student who has made a significant achievement in research and development innovation during her Mitacs-funded research. The award goes to Nikki To, master's student in design at OCADU, formerly known as the Ontario College of Art and Design University. During her Mitacs internship, Nikki worked with Grandview Kids, a not-for-profit organization that supports children with special needs, to develop design guidelines for inclusive sensory environments with the goal of improving their experiences, well-being, and treatment. Now we will hear from Nikki about her Mitacs internship. Nikki.
Thank you, Veronique. I'm immensely grateful to Mitacs for this award and really proud of this research as it represents our collective dedication to celebrate and design for inclusion and diversity. Thank you to all of the children, youth, parents, staff, therapists, and designers who shared their stories and creativity. Thank you to Grandview Kids and their CEO, Lorraine Sandstrom-Mann, for your openness. Additionally, thank you to my advisors, Maya Desai and Peter Koppen, and my collaborator, Grace Mendez, my friends and family, and my partner, Philip. The Sensory Design Guidelines are a set of comprehensive recommendations for designing children's treatment centers to support the sensory experiences of children and youth with special needs and sensory processing disorders. Children's treatment centers are vital places that provide essential services, programs, and treatments for children and youth with special needs, supporting them to live fully in all dimensions of their life. However, many environments don't respond to complex sensory needs, and this is the gap that this research aims to address. Environments that recognize and respond to diverse sensory needs help support positive behaviors, social connections, motor coordination, mental health, access to information, and overall well-being. The guidelines propose sensory design strategies for auditory, visual, tactile, scent, and spatial design attributes throughout various spaces in children's treatment centers. The design guidelines will be incorporated as requirements for consideration in Grandview Kids' new Children's Treatment Center in Ajax, Ontario, and are further available as a resource for treatment facilities across Ontario and beyond. Mitacs' financial support has enabled me to work closely with Grandview Kids and their community, and has further helped me strengthen my skills in participatory action research and design. Thank you so much. Congratulations to all of you who have made this research possible, and to all of the award winners today.
Congratulations, Nikki. Really outstanding and important work. Thank you. Next, I am so pleased to announce the 5th award, the Mitacs Award for Outstanding Innovation PhD. This award is given to a PhD student who has made a significant research achievement and development innovation during her Mitacs-funded research. And the winner is Audrey Taylor, a PhD candidate in chemistry at Simon Fraser University in British Columbia. During her Mitacs internship with Nano1 materials, Audrey created new techniques to develop materials used in lithium-ion batteries. During her internship, she inspected cross-sections of the materials on the nanoscale using high-resolution scanning and transmission electron microscopy. Now we will learn more about her work. Audrey, welcome.
Thanks, Veronique. I'm very happy to be here today, and thanks for bringing us all together. Winning this award is quite an honor, and the success of the project has helped me to build a strong foundation for my future career endeavors. Receiving this distinction is a fantastic honor, and I could not have done it without the support of my supervisor, Professor Byron Gates. His excellent guidance was instrumental toward the success of the project. I'd also like to thank the battery research team, both at SFU and Nano1, and those who put the time and energy into the project. A very special thanks to Stephen Campbell, Harmeet China, Farhang Nazavarani, and Jeffrey Ovens. Lithium-ion batteries represent an emerging field, and we need to develop new techniques to study them at the atomic level. The focus of the project was to develop a high-throughput method for the characterization of battery materials. In this work, we used a specialized ultra-thin slicing technique to prepare sample cross-sections on the order of tens of nanometers. These ultra-thin sample cross-sections enabled the use of transmission electron microscopy for high-resolution imaging. This technique provided a very quick way to inspect the battery materials. Since the cathode material is the key component that influences the performance and lifetime of lithium-ion batteries, rapid characterization techniques will improve the research and development. This Mitacs project offered me the opportunity to advance my research skills by learning new techniques and knowledge towards the field of battery-related catalysis. Again, I want to thank all of you for this award.
Congratulations, Audrey. What wonderful, fabulous, and important work you're doing. Permettez-moi maintenant de présenter le ministre Pierre Fitzgibbon, ministre de l'Économie et de l'Innovation du Québec. Le ministre Fitzgibbon a été élu en 2018 dans la circonscription de Terrebonne, en banlieue de Montréal. Il a travaillé dans le domaine de la finance et du développement des entreprises et a collaboré avec de nombreux organismes sans but lucratif, comme ce fut le cas dernièrement avec la fondation du Dr Julien.
Mesdames, Messieurs, bonjour. La cérémonie des Prix Mitacs nous donne chaque année des exemples éloquents de collaboration entre les milieux académiques et industriels. Et rapprocher ces deux mondes fait partie de mes priorités, vous le savez. Aujourd'hui, nous avons une occasion de célébrer ce qui se fait de mieux en recherche et innovation au Québec et au Canada. Au fil des ans, Mitacs a appuyé des centaines d'entreprises et d'étudiants à travers les différentes régions du Québec. Plusieurs projets novateurs ont été encouragés pour notamment stimuler la productivité et la croissance de nos PME, deux objectifs qui sont au cœur de la vision économique de mon ministère. La recherche et l'innovation apportent des solutions lorsque les grands défis doivent être relevés. Et depuis quelques mois, vous en conviendrez, ce ne sont pas les défis qui manquent. Notre gouvernement poursuit d'ailleurs son travail afin de créer des conditions nécessaires pour assurer nos chercheurs et nos entrepreneurs à relever ces défis. Nous maintenons ici nos objectifs en matière d'innovation pour le Québec. Nous revoyons le système de valorisation de la recherche publique. Soutenons le déploiement des zones d'innovation de calibre international dans de nombreuses régions du Québec et nous repensons toute la chaîne de l'innovation afin de la financer adéquatement. Notre but avec ces différentes initiatives est de créer, pour nos chercheurs et nos entrepreneurs, des occasions pour faire éclore l'innovation. J'aimerais donc féliciter les 8 gagnants de la soirée. Votre savoir-faire nous inspire et nous motive. Encore bravo à chacun des récipiendaires et bonne cérémonie à tous. Merci.
Merci, Monsieur le Ministre Fitzgibbon. Now, it's my pleasure to announce the 6th award, the Mitacs Award for Outstanding Innovation Postdoctoral. Ce prix est décerné à un chercheur postdoctoral qui s'est distingué par sa contribution exceptionnelle dans le domaine de l'innovation en recherche et développement au cours de sa recherche financée par Mitacs. Le lauréat est Mathieu Lapointe, un chercheur postdoctoral en génie environnemental à l'Université McGill au Québec. Lors de son stage Mitacs chez Kemira, Mathieu a tiré des conclusions qui permettront de mieux estimer l'élimination des microplastiques, ce qui pourrait avoir un impact considérable sur nos océans et l'environnement. Mathieu va maintenant nous présenter son travail. Félicitations, Mathieu.
Merci beaucoup, Véronique. Bonjour à toutes et à tous. C'est avec honneur, humilité et gratitude que je reçois ce prix et j'aimerais dans un premier temps remercier ma superviseure à l'Université McGill, la professeure Nathalie Toufengji, et également forcément mon partenaire industriel Kemira. Mes recherches se dédient principalement au traitement des eaux, mais plus particulièrement à la coagulation, un procédé central dans l'industrie et qui traite plus de 70% des eaux au Canada. L'objectif de mes travaux est d'aider les municipalités canadiennes à adapter leur filière de traitement dans le but d'éliminer des contaminants d'intérêt émergent, notamment les microplastiques. Étant donné leur très faible biodégradabilité et une gestion, disons, non optimale des matières résiduelles à base de plastique, ces microplastiques sont systématiquement relargués dans l'environnement et s'accumulent ostensiblement dans les eaux de surface et dans l'océan. Si rien n'est fait et si rien n'est tenté, leur accumulation pourrait mettre en péril plusieurs écosystèmes marins, mais aussi menacer la qualité de nos eaux potables. Donc, en collaboration avec mon partenaire industriel, j'aide les villes canadiennes à réduire les pressions anthropiques causées par le relargage de ces plastiques dans l'environnement, notamment en améliorant leur enlèvement lors du traitement des eaux par l'entremise de coagulants spécialisés et à haute performance. Grâce à ce partenariat avec Mitacs et Kemira, j'ai aussi eu la chance de développer mes habiletés en chimie des coagulants. Ces acquis m'aideront forcément à attaquer d'autres problèmes importants en environnement. Finalement, j'aimerais remercier Mitacs pour ce prix, mais surtout de m'avoir permis de vulgariser, transmettre et démocratiser mes travaux liés à la protection de l'environnement et la santé publique. Merci à toutes et à tous.
Merci, Mathieu. Je peux imaginer le potentiel des retombées de votre travail à travers le monde. Alors, encore une fois, bravo. Now it is my pleasure to announce the 7th award, the Mitacs Award for Exceptional Leadership Professor, which is given to an academic supervisor with an exemplary record of developing collaborations with industry and other partners, providing valuable research and training experiences to their interns, and initiating research projects with significant outcomes through their Mitacs funding. And the winner is Professor Pamela Wright from the University of Northern British Columbia. She has numerous research collaborations in Canada and around the world, with particular focus on conservation, outdoor recreation, natural resources management, and protected area. In the words of one of her nominators, Pam's commitment to her scholarship, to conservation, to her students, and to internships rock. Let's hear from Pamela about her work and relationship to Mitacs. Over to you, Professor Wright.
Thank you, Veronique. I'm speaking to you today from the traditional and unceded territory of the Tl'aile Nation, and I'm grateful to live and work on this territory and across the territories of other partners. Thank you to Mitacs. This program is built on partnerships and encourages collaboration and research, something that UNBC supports as well. I'm an applied conservation scientist. I study ecological systems across large landscapes. I research and develop tools to identify, conserve, and connect critical areas for biodiversity, as well as how to manage people's interactions and experiences in those places. And I don't do this research alone. I work with an amazing team of graduate students and postdoctoral fellows and partner organizations, including Yellowstone to Yukon Conservation Initiative, Chucho Environmental, Wells-Barkerville Community Forest, and the Haida Corporation. Together, we use a mix of ecology, social science, and geospatial approaches to study three big research questions. First, what is the human footprint, including from resource development, outdoor recreation, and tourism, and how do we manage human uses on the land while still protecting and restoring ecosystems? Second, where are the most important places for conserving biodiversity? How do we effectively connect these landscapes, and how does climate change affect these things? And third, how can scientists provide information or analysis to support First Nations and other groups to conserve the things they care about, like old forests, caribou, and important cultural sites? To address conservation challenges, we focus on scientific methods and tools that are strong and replicable, responsive to climate change, that make data more accessible to people who might not otherwise have it, and that include both Indigenous and settler ways of knowing. What's special about Mitacs is the opportunity to do more than just research. Internships are incredibly valuable opportunities for researchers of all ages to learn technical skills and to develop relationships, build professional experiences, and make a difference, and for partners to play important roles in how we study topics that both parties care about. Thank you again to Mitacs for supporting this work.
Wow, you're so right. Congratulations, Pamela. This is wonderful.
Thank you.
Now it is my pleasure to introduce Roger Scott Douglas, Acting President of the National Research Council of Canada. The NRC is the primary national research and technology organization of the Government of Canada in science and technology research and development. Roger, welcome, and over to you.
Hello, bonjour. Thank you, Veronique, for that very kind introduction. I'm Roger Scott Douglas, Acting President of the National Research Council of Canada, and I'm delighted to be here with you for the 2020 Mitacs Award ceremony. Le CNRC est le plus grand organisme fédéral de recherche et développement du Canada. Il contribue à l'amélioration du Canada et du monde par excellence en recherche et en innovation. Today, our research spans a broad range of activities and enables our partners to accelerate commercial development and advanced research that leads to scientific breakthroughs and innovation. And in addition to our own research, the National Research Council's Industrial Research Assistance Program, NRC IRAP, provides technical and business advice, connections and linkages, and funding to help small Canadian firms take their ideas to market. It helps them transform their innovative ideas into new products, services, or processes that ultimately help the firm to grow and prosper, and with that growth, contribute to Canada's prosperity. The program is delivered through a dedicated network of more than 255 industrial technology advisors located in about 120 offices across Canada, helping businesses succeed across all industrial sectors. In fact, last year alone, NRC IRAP invested over $335 million through grants and contributions for over 4,000 innovative projects led by SMEs. Perhaps even of more note is the close to 10,000 advisory services that our ITAs provided to help innovative firms reach that next step. Our ITAs, all with deep business and entrepreneurial experience of their own, serve as trusted advisors and mentors to businesses. They help them navigate technical or business hurdles, provide important linkages, and identify new opportunities. The Mitacs Awards celebrate research and innovation in Canada, providing much-deserved recognition to outstanding innovators. Mitacs and the National Research Council share a common goal of helping Canadian industry innovate and commercialize. We both believe in the power of commercialization to address some of the world's most pressing problems and to enhance the lives of Canadians. The Mitacs and NRC IRAP Award for Commercialization is given to a student or postdoctoral fellow for an idea born of research that is now available on the market or that will soon be so. Please join me in warmly congratulating this year's recipient. Thank you et merci.
Merci, Roger. Le travail accompli pour commercialiser la recherche au Canada est essentiel pour relever les défis que nous devons affronter aujourd'hui, appuyer notre résilience et assurer la prospérité de demain. Now it is my pleasure to announce the 8th and final award winner, the recipient of the Mitacs and NRC IRAP Award for Commercialization, which is given to a student or postdoctoral fellow for an idea brought from research that is now available on the market. The winner of the NRC IRAP Award for Commercialization is Madihieh Assani, a postdoctoral research fellow from the University of Guelph in Ontario. Madihieh deployed her research on UV light, working closely with clean flow engineers to produce the clean flow unit that was subsequently distributed to produce companies to decontaminate a range of fresh fruits and vegetables. With the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic, she was able to rapidly adapt the clean flow process to decontaminate the N95 masks. Now, let us hear from Madihieh about her work. Over to you.
Thanks, Veronique. I'm honored to receive the 2020 Mitacs Award, and it's a recognition of the impact of the research and all the effort that went into it. I'd like to thank you, my supervisor, Professor Kit Wariner, and Mitacs for making all it possible. Thanks also go to Mark Van der Wijn and Paul Meyer from Killenburg for their support. I appreciate the support from my family that has made all the effort worth it. The research takes natural antimicrobial found in nature and generates inside a reactor to decontaminate fresh produce and non-food surfaces. Our research demonstrated that our technology could effectively inactivate microbes and degrade pesticides without changing the surface of fresh produce. Before pandemic, the technology was applied commercially for decontaminating a number of fruit and vegetables. When COVID-19 hit, we readily adopted the technology to decontaminate N95 mask. The pivot to N95 mask sterilization required coordination between industry, government, and academia. It was a great example when we work together, things get done. The whole process takes only several seconds and leave no residue or alter the mask function. The Killing Fellow Healthcare Mini Unit has been installed in hospitals throughout Canada and a number of the long-term care facilities. The technology will be relevant long after the pandemic, given the need to decontaminate a broad range of protective equipment and fresh produce. I can't thank Mitacs enough for the support and the excellent training that they deliver via their workshop. It has been an experience that I will carry with me through my job. Canada has a long history of innovation, and I'm so happy to be a part of this story.
Congratulations, Marthier. Truly inspiring work that you're doing. Your accomplishments showcase how research leads to innovation and how a brilliant mind can pivot to find multiple applications for research and support the resilience of a nation during this pandemic.
Thank you.
Now, without further ado, it is my pleasure to introduce the chair of the Mitacs Board of Directors. Diane Gray is the founding president and CEO of Centerport Canada, which is Canada's first tri-modal inland port and foreign trade zone, and it encompasses 20,000 acres in Winnipeg, Manitoba. Diane.
Thank you, Veronique. Watching today's festivities, I am inspired and proud. The board of directors of Mitacs takes tremendous pride in the work that the organization facilitates and supports. Today's event is an important showcase of that work. The success of Mitacs is due in large measure to many of you. Thank you to the Government of Canada and to our provincial and territorial governments for funding the programs that Mitacs offer that contribute to the innovation ecosphere in our country. Thank you to all of the winners and our speakers today. And thanks to each of you for joining us to celebrate research and innovation in Canada. Connecting businesses with research talent to solve their challenges and providing young researchers with the funding and professional development skills needed to leverage their work and deliver results to Canadians is frankly tremendous. As we've heard today from our 8 award winners, each is working on an extremely important challenge, and many have shifted their studies and research in order to meet the new tests provided by COVID-19. Each winner has a personal thread of resilience that weaves into the fabric of what brings us together as Canadians and helps us form our international networks. The strength and flexibility of this fabric is what will carry us through this pandemic and beyond. The work showcased brings great optimism for our collective future. Thank you all for your contributions and for supporting Mitacs. Now I have the privilege of introducing the Honourable Navdeep Bains, the Government of Canada's Minister of Innovation, Science and Industry. The Minister has been the Member of Parliament for Mississauga-Malton since 2015 and was previously the Member for Mississauga-Brampton South from 2004 to 2011. Minister Bains has dedicated his time in Ottawa to growing the economy, strengthening the middle class, and creating new well-paying jobs for Canadians. Welcome, Minister.
Hello, everyone. I'm honored to join you today, and thank you, John Hepburn, and the entire Mitacs team. For more than 20 years, Mitacs has supported research-based innovation by bringing together the right players to create dynamic partnerships. And Mitacs is a critical player in Canada's innovation ecosystem, acting as a strategic bridge between academia and industry, leveraging extensive national and international networks or partnerships. You encourage businesses and others to pursue innovation agendas by de-risking R&D and financial support and ongoing strategic counsel. Mitacs also aligns internship activities with ongoing projects within the post-secondary institutions, which allows these institutions to better understand the needs of businesses while providing their researchers and students with high-quality, real-world experiences. Thank you for all your hard work to help students gain employment and drive innovation and development, even during these challenging times. I'd like to thank everyone at Mitacs for stepping up in a big way throughout the pandemic. I know you've all been working hard to create this vital opportunity for young Canadians, and I really appreciate it. Le moment est venu de célébrer certains des grands accomplissements de Mitacs cette année. On behalf of the Government of Canada, I would like to extend my sincere congratulations to all the winners. And I want to wholeheartedly thank you for your incredible work to drive Canadian innovation. First off, I'd like to highlight the amazing work of Comprennent, Mitacs' first and largest college and university collaboration, whose salt coating has the potential to help reduce the spread of viruses like COVID-19. I'd also like to give a special shout out to 1Qubit, winner of the Mitacs Award for exceptional leadership in the industry. A big congratulations to CEO Andrew Frischman and the entire 1Qubit team. It's wonderful to see you make such critical progress on the global quantum computing market, which could be worth nearly $1 billion within the next 5 years. Mitacs, Turnstone, Biologics, 1Qubit, these are exactly the kinds of partners we would love to work with as we look to the future post-pandemic and decide what kind of Canada we want. Une fois de plus, félicitations à tous les lauréats du prix aujourd'hui. You are the creative minds who power Canadian innovation. It's your experiences, your drive, and your ideas that propel us forward. Merci et félicitations.
Merci, Monsieur le ministre Baines, de vous être joint à nous, de nous avoir fait part de vos réflexions et de faire confiance à Mitacs. Thank you to the Government of Canada, the provincial and territorial governments for funding Mitacs and investing in innovation in Canada. Thank you to all our post-secondary, industry, not-for-profit, and international partners. Thank you, Diane, for your thoughtful remarks as well, and for continually sharing your leadership talents with Mitacs. I would also like to thank Mitacs Awards event partners and sponsors, Sienna, our platinum partner, NRC IRAP, our event partner, The Hill Times, our media partner, Sanofi Pasteur, our gold sponsor, and SAB, our silver sponsor. Thank you and congratulations to all the winners and the thousands of researchers across Canada who support our collective efforts to address the challenges brought about by this pandemic and to move forward with resilience. Mitacs stimule l'innovation avec chacun d'entre vous, chercheurs et partenaires. Merci de soutenir Mitacs et merci à tous d'avoir assisté à la cérémonie des prix Mitacs 2020. Au revoir for this year.